Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, yogis and yoginis, give me a thumbs up or a yes if you can hear me.
I hear ya.
Okay, thanks, Connie. So welcome to class, and if you have 2 blocks, that would be magnificent, and if you don't have blocks, that is also magnificent. It will work just fine. And we'll start in a seated position and tune in and welcome ourselves. Find any upright position for your body. There we go. Oh, my kitty's sleeping on the other side of the room. Just have to know where the cat is at all times during yoga. And as you take your seat, I'll mute everybody. You can always unmute yourself either at the end of class to say goodbye or if you need to let me know about something. So as you settle in, send your roots down, lengthen your spine upward, relax the shoulders. If you like, close your eyes. And let the breath flow in. Let the breath flow out. Notice the natural rhythm of your breathing. When you're ready, lower the chin to the chest and roll the head gently over to one side and then over to the other side. Gently rolling over to one side and then to the other side. When your head is tilted over to the right, stay there. Take an extra few breaths. You might move the head and neck around gently. Feel into the side of the neck, around to the front of the throat, maybe down to the upper back or the back of the neck a little bit. What's it like there as we start our practice this morning? And then roll the chin back to center over to the other side. And as you linger on this side, what's it like over here? Often there's one side of the neck that feels tighter than the other. What's it like on this side right now? For me, the second side is usually, if I notice any tightness in the neck, this is usually the side where I feel it. So see what's true for you, for your body in this moment. And slowly bring the chin back down. And ease yourself to upright. Take an exaggerated yes movement, lifting the chin and slowly lowering it. Of course, minimizing if any of these movements don't feel right for you. And if it feels just fine, then exaggerate it. Return to center. And turn the head, looking over one shoulder, any amount. And take your time as the head turns to the other side. Chest and shoulders face front, sitting tall, shoulders melt down. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Unwind gently. And from here, roll the shoulders up, back, down, and around. Roll them generously so you feel the shoulder blades squeezing together on the back and then spreading apart as you roll to the front. Go the other way. And then take the right hand off to the side. Take the left hand behind your head. We'll side bend. The first couple of breaths are really about getting length. Anchor your seat, lift your belly button in and up, and reach your elbow to the sky. Gradually add the gentle arc of the spine. Add the top arm reaching if you want. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. While you're on this side, add your own movement. You might bend the elbow and move the arm. You might turn the chest, the head. You might do none of that. You might stay really still. Deepen the breath. Move gently if you're moving. When you're ready, inhale your way to upright. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Change hands. Right hand behind the head. Left hand walks off to the side. The first few breaths give us maximum length. Anchoring into your seat. Lengthening this side. And when you're ready, up and over. Any amount of side bending. Reaching the arm if you like. Turning and moving if you like on this side. This is your practice. Feel into your body. Deepen the breath. What's it like now? What's it like now? Take a couple more breaths here. When you're ready, reach up, return to center, and roll the shoulders once again gently. And release. Now take the hands to the legs as you exhale. Pull the belly button in. As you inhale, lift your heart, open the chest. Exhale, pull the belly button in, rounding. You can lean back if you like. Inhale, lift the heart, relax the shoulders. Exhale, pull the belly button in. Inhale, broaden the collarbones, relax the shoulders. Just like that again. Exhale, draw the navel in. Inhale to upright. And lastly, bring the arms up overhead. Feel how long you are. Keep all of this beautiful length and twist to the right. Notice if you're sitting, leaning in one direction, left or right, get up right up over both sides of your bum evenly, then lower the arms. You might stay right here. You might add looking over the shoulder. And breathe while you're in the spinal twist. Anchor the seat, lengthen the spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Unwind gently. Raise the arms overhead, get nice and tall at center. When you're ready, head to the other side. Check your foundation first, even things out. Lengthen your spine a little extra because twists love space. And lower the arms. Breath by breath, recommit to the length of the spine. Turning the chest and, if you like, looking over the shoulder. Breathing in, breathing out. Inhaling, exhaling. Take another couple of breaths here. Unwind to center. Take the arms overhead. Inhale. Bring the arms back down. Exhale. Walk your hands behind you so you're leaning a little bit back. I'll turn sideways just to make it a bit more clear. So you're leaning back onto your fingertips and then point your elbows behind you. They'll usually point out to the sides naturally, but swing them back behind you to create a bit more space across the front of the chest. Zip up the belly, so pull the belly button in, lift the heart, and make a little extra back bend in the upper back, so all over the rib cage. Front of the chest, in between the shoulder blades, and that zipped up belly so that your foundation is steady and your back is nicely supported. Slowly, gently, walk the hands back in, bring yourself to upright, and gradually keep going so that you're leaning forward, any amount at all. See what agrees with your body. It may be a small forward lean feels just right for today. It may be that more forward lean feels right for you. Keep checking in with your body throughout the practice and see what feels right in your body. Breathing in, breathing out. Once you have folded as far forward as your body would like to go, then you can choose whether to keep the spine long and lifted or to let the spine round. Again, tune in. Feel your body. Notice the sensations. If something feels like, oh, that's a bit much for right now, try dialing it back a little bit at a time. Walk your hands back in. Return to upright. And unwind your legs. As you unwind the legs, take the feet out wide with the knees upright, and you might lean back again on the hands any way you like. The elbows don't have to be any particular way. And as we windshield wiper the knees while seated, emphasize how the knees sway and allow the thigh bones, the top of the thigh bones, to move within the hip joint. And you might find that you migrate. I know I migrate on my butt a lot when I do this. I wind up gradually moving further forward. So it's okay if that happens. And if it's not happening, there's nothing wrong. Come on back to center. Walk your feet in, and let's come on to our backs. Lie down on your back. Include a headrest if that works best for you. And as you lie down, take a moment to hug the knees and rock side to side. As you hug the knees and rock, check in with what feels right. If a big sweeping rock suits you today, do that. If barely moving suits you today, do that. Taking care of yourself being the higher priority than following my directions. So as my yoga buddy Jivana says, listen to me, but don't listen to me. From here, place the feet flat on the mat. And we'll start with a bit of bridge pose. You can, depending on what suits you today, you can curl up and down. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be guiding and talking us through lifting and lowering. However, if you find that the lifting and lowering movement doesn't suit you today, you may choose to lift and hold. Plant your feet, arms wherever you like. Start by pulling your belly button down toward the mat so the lower abdominal muscles are on. Squeeze your glutes and start to pick your bum up off the mat. Then let your low back follow along. And then let your lowest ribs follow along in the back. And then slowly lower down. Just like that. Peeling yourself up gradually. The abs are on, the glutes are really active as you peel up from bottom to top. And as you curl down from top to middle to bottom, lifting up from bottom to middle to top. Just like that. So our mission is to wake up the muscles all along the spine, to wake up some of the muscles in the core. And in this case, we're kind of using core to include the glutes. They really make a difference in stabilizing us. The next time that you come down, stay low. From this position, walk your right foot noticeably out in front. So intentionally offset. We will emphasize the leg that hasn't moved. That'll be our standing leg. So as you press into the left foot, try to curl up again. It's a bit of a different story, right? Because we don't have that other leg helping us, but that's where the good stuff is. Squeezing the glutes, lifting up. This time we'll hold while we're lifted. Hold right there. If you're happy there or this is plenty, you stay there. If you want to add more challenge to it, keep the thighs parallel to each other, but extend that foot that we scooched away. Extend the leg out so that only the left leg is holding you. Oh, hello. Now replace the right foot down and slowly curl all the way down. Breath in and breathe out. Same side, let's do it again. Offset feet. Right foot is further away. Press down into the left foot. So our mission is to use that further away foot as little as possible until maybe we decide to lift and lower without it at all. You might straighten the right leg. You might leave the foot on the mat. See what works for you. If you want to add extra challenge, maybe leave the foot lifted and lower down using only the left leg. Then place the foot down. Last time on this side. So again, I'll offer an up the ante variation. You can take me up on it or not. It's your option. It's your choice. So from here, maybe extend the right leg out. Thighs remain parallel as before, but before you even lift, the foot is up off the mat. And it's only the left leg that's lifting you and holding you there. Feel the glutes. Feel the back of the thigh on that leg? That's where I notice it too. And then slowly come down. Slowly, 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 slowly. Once you're all the way down, bring the knees into the chest and circle the knees around a bit. Give a little love, especially to that supporting leg and hip. Circle the other way. And place your feet down. And now it's the left foot that scooches out further away from you as we do our like 1.5-legged bridge. So the mission is gradually to do less and less with that foot. I'll take us through stepwise. You can go up, you can dial it up or down as you wish. Press down into the right foot, peel your hips up off the mat. Once you're lifted, take a few breaths here. Maybe this side feels more manageable. Maybe this side is more challenging. It's okay, just notice. Notice what it's like. When you're ready, slowly lower down. Take a couple recovery breaths. And we'll do it again. Same foot pressing. Right foot presses. Once you're lifted, you might stay there. You might raise the foot in the air. Again, thighs will remain parallel here. And squeeze the glutes. When you're ready, touch the foot down and slowly lower down. Breathe while you're here. And last time. Press into the right foot. Peel yourself up off the mat. Extend the left leg if you want. And if you want on this round, you can lower while the leg remains lifted. So it's just the right side that's supporting you. As you come down, when you're all the way down, touch the foot down and take both knees to the chest. This time we'll do happy baby. Knees out wide, feet lightly flexed. Hold behind the thighs. Rock if you like. If you prefer, hold up toward the shins, ankles, or feet. Inhaling. Exhaling. Gently bring the knees back together. Keep the right leg hugged in. Stretch the left leg out long on the mat. Breathe here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Same right knee is bent, but bend the left knee, place the left foot on the mat. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh. So this is usually how we start out our thread the needle. But in this case, it's kind of a figure 4 twist. So right ankle is on the left thigh. The left foot lifts up in the air. And then all of the legs, the crossed over legs, go to the left. Now, if you're like, oh, that feels like a long way, keep your left foot down on the mat as you tip the knees over, or the knee and the foot. If it feels okay, keep the left foot in the air and take your crossed over legs over to the left side. If the sole of the right foot comes all the way down, it'll land on the mat or the floor beside you. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Take another breath or two here. Just saying hello to the hips today. Now, when you're ready, you can come out by any route that suits you. If it feels dicey to keep the legs crossed and pull the knees up at the same time, then uncross them first and come up that way. Otherwise, zip up your belly and pull the legs back to center, unwind, and cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Same thing here. Looks like we're going to do a hip stretch, but instead we're taking a twist. So with the right foot either remaining on the mat or, if tolerated, lifted in the air, take the crossed over legs to the right. So left ankle's on top and the legs go over to the right. Maybe the sole of the foot lands on the mat. Now, if you're bringing the foot down to the mat, the left shoulder blade might lift up some. That's okay. If it lifts up so much that the pose doesn't work for you, you can put a little support or something underneath the crossed over legs. Deep breath in and out. Breathe in and out. When you're ready, either keeping the legs crossed or uncrossing, exhale. Zip up the belly, bring the legs back to center, uncross your legs. Take a moment to wriggle your hips around. You might sway the knees in a windshield wiper style. When you're ready, hug the knees and either rock forward and back or gently go over to one side. We'll meet up on hands and knees in tabletop pose. As you establish your tabletop, exhale, lift the navel to the spine, relax the neck. As you inhale, let the heart melt, find a little back bend in the upper chest. Exhale, lift the navel around the spine. Inhale, lift the heart. Just like that, arching and rounding gradually. Return to neutral spine. Roll your hips and shoulders around. Roll the other way. Take the hips back, stretch the arms out in front of you, lengthen. The hips can go as far back and down as they like. Walk your hands over to the right, any amount. Leaving the hands side by side or stacking the left palm on top of the right. Deep breath in and out. Breathe in and out. Take an inhale here and exhale, start walking the hands to the other side. Same thing here as the hands go to the left. If you want, stack the right palm on top. Deep breath in. And gentle breath out. Walk the hands back to center. Ease your way to our hands and knees position. Straighten out the shins and legs so they're parallel to each other. Pull the right knee into your chest. Pull it in close, lift the navel, and then send the leg back behind you. Pull the knee in again and reach it back strongly. Pull the knee in again and reach it back strongly. Leave it there. If you like, reach the left arm out in front. So it's the opposite. If the right leg is reaching back, it's the left arm out in front, vice versa. Nice and long. Maybe take the arm and the leg out. This is sometimes called awkward airplane. Emphasis on the awkward, I think. Out to the side, and then bring it back. Bring the hand down, bring the shin down. If it feels good, roll the hips and shoulders in between sides. Return to starting position and pull the left knee into the chest. Hold it there for a couple of breaths. Tune into the engagement in the abdominal muscles. And then reach back strongly through the foot, as straight a leg as you can get. Pull the knee into the chest. Reach back strongly. Pull the knee in. Reach back and stay back there. Reach the opposite arm out in front if you want. Breathe here. Strengthening, lengthening. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe the awkward airplane, taking the arm and the leg out to the side. Come on back when you're ready. Bring the hand down. Bring the shin down. Take a moment in child's pose. Lean your hips back. Stretch your arms out, either in front of you or any position that feels like a pleasant rest for a moment. Arrange the head and the neck so that you're comfortable. When you're ready, ease back to our starting position, tabletop, hands and shins. Tuck the toes underneath. And let's take a toe stretch. So for this, in child's pose, often we widen our knees to make the pose more comfortable for the hips. In this position, in going to the toe stretch, bring your knees as close together as they're willing to go, with the toes tucked under, and start back until you feel something definitely uncomfortable in your toes. It's intended to be an intense toe stretch. So if you're feeling really comfortable, keep leaning back. Just means you're not there yet. Breathe while you're here. In some parts of our practice, we're leaning into, oh, does this feel nice? Does it feel stretchy? And other times we're like, okay, this is not going to be comfortable, but we're going to be okay. Return to tabletop, uncurl your toes, and tap the tops of the feet down. Tap, 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 tap. Now come on down to your belly. Shift your hips forward, lower all the way down. And let's do a little back strengthening. Take your arms cactus style, or goalpost style. They might be, the forearms will probably be off your mat. Forehead down on the mat for a moment. Pull your belly button towards your spine, send your pubic bone down to the mat, and energize your legs a lot. So your kneecaps are lifting up off the mat, and the tops of your feet and all 10 toenails are pressing down on the mat. Keep your legs active just like that. Lift up onto your fingertips. Peel your chest forward, 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 and up, of course. And once you're peeled up a bit, lift also your elbows. So it's just your fingertips. Imagine you could pull your torso through to the front of your mat. So there's this sense of the fingertips dragging back and the chest pulling forward. Slowly lower down. And let's come up again. Come to fingertips. Lift the elbows right away this time and then pull the heart forward. Now you might stay right there on the fingertips. You might start to add some arm movements. Maybe the arms go out to the side. Maybe they reach out in front. Maybe you're swimming through the air, taking the arms forward. And if there's anything in your way, you can detour around it, out to the sides and then back. We're gaining some mobility in the shoulder joint and also a lot of strength in the upper back. Take another breath and slowly lower down. Take a few recovery breaths here. For this next round, we'll add the option of raising the legs. So at first, they are the same way as they've been. Pull the belly button to the spine, send the pubic bone down. Legs are active, tops of the feet pressing down. Hands wherever you like them. Start to peel the chest up. And then hands free, wherever the hands want to be, as long as they're not on your mat, unless it's fingertips, right? And then reach your toes back so much that the tops of the feet lift up off the mat. And breathe here. If any piece of this feels like it's more stressful than it is strengthening and interesting, put a limb down and then lift it up. Alternate, left leg down and then up, right leg down and then up. Move your arms if you want to add some interesting stuff there. Move your legs as well. The legs can go out to the sides and hug back in while lifted. Keep breathing. Take 2 more breaths, as long and as lifted as possible. Then gather the arms in. Slowly lower yourself down, legs and head. Turn the head to one side. Breathe here and rest. Bend the knees and swing your feet a little side to side. Let your hips sway too. Good. When you're ready, bring your hands alongside your chest. We'll set ourselves up to come up into a knee push-up. Zip up the belly. Shrug the shoulders down. Arms in close to the body and hands alongside the chest, pressing it in, palms pressing into the mat. Zip up the belly, press the floor away, come up. And then tuck your toes underneath. Either keep the shins down and walk your arms forward in kneeling puppy, or with the toes tucked under, go ahead and lift your knees up and come into downward facing dog. Hips up high. Pedal the feet. Lean into the stretch in one leg by bringing the heel as low as it can go. And then alternate, bending that knee, letting the other leg get a stretch. When you're ready, rooting down into the hands, lifting and lengthening. Breathing in, breathing out. Sending the tops of the thighs up and back behind you. Lengthening the spine. So we're strengthening We're stretching. We're also getting some of the benefits of an inversion since the torso's upside down. And if that upside down aspect of it doesn't agree with you, you might take the hands higher or bring the hips lower. When you're ready, roll yourself forward so you come to the top of a push-up. Round the back as you go into the push-up. You may need to squiggle your feet back behind you a little extra. And then round your back and pull yourself up into down dog. So it's a very ab intensive down dog to plank. Let's do it 2 more times. Pull the navel in, round your back, shift forward, and then pull the belly up, press the hands, curl your way into down dog. It may feel like your down dog's a little long, that's fine. One last time. Curl yourself round the back as you shift forward to down dog or to plank. And then curl yourself up, press the floor away in downward facing. From here, walk your feet and hands closer together. Come into a forward bend. Arms any way you like. If you like the head down low, you might hold opposite elbows. You can hang here in stillness. You can sway if you like. Breathing in, breathing out. Press into your feet and slowly come to upright. Sorry if you guys are getting some mic noise. I was trying to move it away from my face a little bit. Once you're standing upright, stay there. If you have blocks, place them outside your feet. I'm using mine at medium height today. You can use yours at low, at medium, or tall. It kind of depends on how low you want to fold and how deep you want to bend the knees. So if it feels better for the knees not to bend as much or to not go so low, turn your blocks up higher or even use a chair out in front of you. And actually, since we've got folks who are not aiming for quite so much upside down today, I'll show this using the arm of the chair for one round. So stand tall, zip up the belly, lengthen the spine. Inhale, reach up overhead. Stay there, exhale. Stay there, take a couple more breaths nice and long in the front of the body. Maybe while keeping your belly lifted, there's a little back bend happening in the chest. If the head is looking up, don't throw the head back. Let the back of the neck be really long. And then fold forward. I'm going to show this with the hands on the block this round. Bend your knees. Actually, I'll show with the blocks up high, just in case you want to see it. Hands on the block, step your left foot back, bring the knee down, press into the right foot, and come up into a low lunge. Breathe while you're here. Lift the belly button in and up. Bring your hands down to your blocks. Tuck the toes under on the back leg. Raise the back knee. Stay right there and let the hips drop as low as they want. But even as the hips are dropping, think of lifting the back thigh up. So the hips go low, but the thigh lifts high. If it feels interesting, rock backward and forward. Use a bit of the forward momentum as you step up with either one big step or several small steps. Come halfway up, take an inhale. Fold back down with an exhale. Up we go. Press into your feet. Inhale, reach out, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Bend the knees. Step the right foot back and lightly touch the knee down. From here, come up, find your low lunge, lift the belly button in and up. Lengthen the tailbone down. Most of all, breathe. When you're ready, bring the hands down to your blocks, tuck the toes underneath, and lift the back knee. And we'll stay here, hugging the outer hips in. As the hips go down, but the back thigh lifts up. So even though our position may be that the hips are getting lower, the knee is bending more, the energy of the pose is hugging in and lifting up. And then rocking forward and back. And when you're ready, taking as many steps as you wish to bring the back foot to the front. Come halfway up and take a breath. Fold back down. Press into the feet. Come all the way up. Hands to the heart. Exhale. Release the arms. Place your hands on your thighs, bend your knees, and come into chair pose. Breathe here. The hands can stay on the thighs, or the palms can come together in front of the heart, or reach the arms out, up and out. The longer the lever, the more effort for the muscles in the back, especially the upper and mid back. Press down and come slowly up to standing. Let's come to tiptoes while we're here. Lifting the heels up, pressing the balls of the feet down. Breathe while you're here. And then as slowly as you can, lower the heels. Really take your time here. And then bring the arms down. Take one of your blocks or grab the arm of a chair or a tabletop and place that block or furniture out in front of you. We'll come into chair pose again, but this time we'll use it to start us on a bit of a forward bendy twist. So this is where we're headed. I'll show first just so that you see some of the options. From our chair pose, we'll take one hand down to the support, the other hand to the hip, so you get a nice long spine. Now, if you're getting really comfortable there, arms open wide. If you're really a little too comfortable, lower your block or bend more and touch the floor. You can always bend less and use furniture. The legs can be straighter or more bent. So those are among your options. Place your prop, your block or other prop out in front of you, kind of at the middle of the body. When you're ready, bend the knees, drop the hips, come into chair pose to start. And take the left hand to the hip and the right hand down to your mat, or your block, or your whatever you're putting your hand on. Long spine, remember, twist love length. And then turn your chest into the twist. You might stay here, you might raise the top arm. And then suss it out. Shrug your shoulders down, lengthen your spine. How are you doing? If you're feeling okay and you want to, take the hand down lower. Go ahead. Now the hand down lower can mean your hips go down lower and it's a lower chair twist. You can also opt to have the hand down lower, but straighten the legs a bit so it's more of a forward bendy twist. Take a couple breaths, finding your way into some variation of this. Gently unwind into a forward bend and slowly come back up. Now, if you don't like the up and down thing, you can skip the going down and coming up and just come up. Hands to the heart. Bend the knees, chair pose. Leaning back, abs on. Left hand goes down to your support, right hand to your hip, long spine, and twist. Raise the top arm, nice and long in between those 2 points. Breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, unwind from your twist. Slowly come to upright. Press down, reach up to the sky. Take a little back bend here again. Lift the navel, lift the heart. Arms might be reaching up, head might be looking up or neutral. And gently bring the arms back down. Let's take the hands and the blocks. If you have 2 blocks, this is another place where you can use both of them out in front of your feet this time as opposed to alongside of them. And again, you can use the arm of a chair if you like. This is where we're headed. We'll take the right foot forward, the left leg back, so that you're facing mostly forward. The back foot is slightly turned out. It's not with both feet facing forward like a tightrope. Back foot is slightly turned out. And this is the position we'll head into. We'll hinge forward at the pelvis to however far the pelvis can tilt and however low the body folds. And then you'll place your hands on a chair, a wall, your blocks, something where your spine can stay long. Don't get caught up in going low because it will tend to round us or we'll need to bend the knees. And in this case, we're going to see how long we can take our spine. The right foot forward, left leg back, zip up the belly, leaning forward. Keep the belly zipped up the whole time. You might think also of the outer hips hugging in toward your midline. You're being hugged in and lengthened while in this position. Breathing in and breathing out. If you like, you can take the last couple breaths here, letting the head fold down as much as it wants to. And in this case, the back is free to round if you like. The arms can relax. Don't get too comfortable because we're going to do this pose again. You will have another opportunity. And slowly pressing into the feet, energizing the legs, come back to your long spine. And then step forward with the back foot. Press into both feet. Come up tall. Reach to the sky. Take a breath in. And release the arms down. Hands on the hips. Step the right foot back. Left leg is out in front. Same thing here. The back foot slightly turned out. Hugging the outer hips in. So one hip, of course, is a little in front of the other, but we're aiming to square the hips. So the right hip is coming forward, the left hip is pulling back. So we're as long and as even as we can be. Start to come forward. Forward, 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 If you're almost touching your blocks, but your hamstrings are screaming at you, bend the knee a little bit. Breathe here. Hands go to blocks or chair or wall. Spine is super long. Outer hips are hugging in. Oh, yeah, and all the while we breathe. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then for the last couple breaths on this side, once again, let the back relax, the head, the neck relax. Legs are still active, but there's a sense of a conscious surrender in the upper body. When you're ready, lengthen out again. Bend the front knee as you step up. Press into your feet, come all the way up, reach your arms up overhead, lengthen, and come back to neutral, arms down. So we'll do that same position with the feet, but this time you have a different arm option if you choose to accept it. So you can always do the same arm variation as we did on the first round, to blocks, to chair, to wall, or you can take your arms behind you. Now, classically, this pose called Parsvottanasana is done with an arm position called Paschimottanasana, which is reverse namaste. And reverse namaste is when for me, my shoulders and wrists are a bit tight. You bring your palms together behind you. Now, that's not agreeable for all bodies. So if you're just thinking about it and it hurts, then know that you have options. You can take your hands in soft fist and press the knuckles together. That's a really nice option, as it helps to encourage some space across the collarbones. So pressing knuckles together. You could also hold your forearms. I like the pressing the knuckles because you get that feeling of pressing and opening. It's the most similar to the reverse namaste. In fact, I think today I'm going to do that version. So pick your version, right leg in front, left leg behind, with the toes slightly turned out. So the leg position is the same as with the last pose that we did. The difference is now we're keeping the hands behind the back. Zip up the belly and start to lean forward. Now, because we don't have the hands helping to support us from below, you may choose to fold forward less, or the same, or more. I don't know. You're inside your body. Suss it out. Make sure you're breathing. And the first few breaths were really long, just like we were. And then if it feels okay for your body, let the upper body start to relax and kind of melt over the front leg. Now, that may mean the front knee needs to bend some, right? Depends on the hamstrings. My hamstrings are freakishly long, so it feels comfortable for me to keep the leg straight as I fold down. But if you don't have weirdly long hamstrings, then it's going to be a different arrangement. So take care of your body. Release the arms completely. Let them hang or rest on blocks or furniture. Relax your neck. Press down to rise up. Take your time. Zip up the belly the whole time. Keep your legs active the whole time. And step forward. Let's change sides. Left leg in front, right leg behind. And same thing. Paschimottanasana, or knuckles pressing together. Use that pressing and broaden across your collarbones. Anchor the feet, lift the navel, and lengthen, so that as you go forward out over the leg, there's a sense that you're getting longer, not just lower. In fact, let longer be the priority. Longer first, then lower if you want. Hug the outer hips in. Keep the abs on. Breathe here. The first part of this pose, we're lengthening out. This is a really active pose in the upper body and the torso. It's active in the legs too, but it's also stretchy. And then, to whatever degree feels right, let the head, the neck, the shoulders relax, the back can round, fold into it. Bend the front knee as needed. The legs are still active though. So even if the front knee is bending some, there's still that feeling of the muscles hugging in around the bones, of the outer hips hugging into middle. Take a couple more breaths here, and then very gently release the arms. They can go to your support, they can hang down, they can touch the floor, wherever they land. Relax your neck. Deep breath in. And gentle breath out. Press into your feet. If you're low down, you might want to walk your way up in stages. And when you're ready, anchoring, lifting. Come slowly to upright. Step forward. Shake your legs out. Hallelujah, we made it. Now let's have a little squat. So, you will squat however low your body says is okay to squat. Some things that can be helpful, you can have your feet wider. That can sometimes give you a bit more room to maneuver. You can turn your toes out or have them face forward. Sometimes turning the toes out gives you a sense of space as well. And then as you lower your hips, see what feels right. They might be high, and that's plenty, right? Sometimes the knees have something to say about that. Sometimes it's the hips. Sometimes it's the ankles or like the Achilles, the calf muscle. So come to your squat, whatever your low squat is. And if leaning at a wall gives you a better feeling of security, you can use that. Breathe here. Navel lifts up while the hips go down. And the going down is not that they're going down and down literally, but they're sinking down while there's an internal lift of the belly. Energetically lifting while imagining that the hips are settling downward. Inhale. Exhale. And release the arms. Now you can either, we will wind up seated in a moment. If before we sit down, you would like to take a forward bend, you might straighten out the legs, let the hamstrings get a little stretch or a lot of stretch, let the head hang. So if your body's saying, ooh, I just need to stretch out the backs of my legs, go right ahead and do that. And then we'll meet up in a seated position. So as we sit, let's take the legs out in front. Take the legs out in front, give them a little sway. And then bend your left knee and take your right leg out to the side. So I'm going to do this there, facing you this way. Bend your left knee, right leg faces out to the side, and your navel is directed towards your bent knee. From here, place the left hand on your hip and the right hand inside your leg. It can start out inside the thigh. Sit as tall as possible, and then start to slide out sideways. Keep a little bit of resistance. The back of your hand is pressing into the straight leg as you go out sideways, however much you want to go. And however much the body wants to go, find that spot, feel that edge, breathe. Then with the other arm, maybe reach up, like the arm grows out of your anchored hip. Mine is so long, so incredibly long. The bottom arm is encouraging the twist by pressing against the leg. So it's spinning your chest to face the bent knee, right? Yeah, that's it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. If it's comfortable, let your head lower down toward the shoulder that's on the bottom there and reach your top arm up in the air. And slowly reach your top arm back behind you. It's going out to the side, really. Bring it down low and see if somewhere in there there's a neck stretch. As the arm comes down, you may turn the head a little bit to get into it. Just see, oh, where is the neck stretch to be found here? You can move a little bit in it. Or if you found a spot you're really happy with, you can stay right in that one spot. Reach up with the arm that just came down, reach up high, and use the arm reaching to help lift you up. Hello, hello, hello. Roll your shoulders. And let's switch legs. Bend the right knee, take the left leg out, turn your navel toward your bent knee. Bring your left hand down inside the straight leg. So you're pressing the back of your hand into the leg, encouraging a twist. For those of you who've practiced triangle pose with me, I use this same technique in triangle pose. Press the back of the hand against the leg to get the most out of the twist in a really active way. Lengthen up and go out sideways any amount. Remember, we're not trying to get as low as humanly possible. We just want to go as long as we can and then as far to the side until we feel, oh, hey, that's an interesting edge. And then add the top arm as if it grows out of the hip on that side. Anchor the hip and reach the arm up away from it. Lift the navel in and up. So it's as if the navel is lifting up out of the pelvis. There's a lot of internal lift in this pose, even though it's pretty low to the ground. Breathing in, breathing out. And especially if you work on that lift of the belly in and up, it helps strengthen the muscles that wrap around your core, including your back. Now let your head drop down toward the bottom shoulder. Take the top arm. It's going to reach up, back behind you, and then just see, where does it want to land? You can turn the head, rotate the arm. When you're ready, reach the top arm up and let it lift you, lift you, lift you, lift you up. Bring the legs out in front of you. Now your feet can be close together or they can be wider apart. If the hamstrings are tight, sometimes more space between the feet gives you more room to maneuver. It can also give you more room for the pelvis. So feet as wide as you like. Lengthen up, lean forward, and find a forward bend of your liking. Arms wherever you like. The first few breaths are really lifted and long, like we've been working on today. Then you're free to soften and relax. You might let the head hang, you might relax the arms, you might even let the legs roll out. As soft a forward bend as you can find. Of course, if there's any kind of zingy weirdness down the back of the leg, adjust position. So there's nothing sharp in the pose. Maybe a general sense of stretching. You might feel this more in the backs of the legs. You might feel this more in the low back. See that you're not feeling it too intensely in any one area. How do you know? Check in with the breathing. Right, if the breath has gotten shallow and choppy, maybe a sign that there's a bit too much intensity for this particular pose. Take a few more breaths here. When you're ready, slowly ease your way up. When you're ready, you might need to scoot yourself around on your mat so you land in the middle, lie down on your back, and take a twist of your choice. As you twist over to the first side, settle in, breathe deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Gently change sides. Guide the breath. Now observe the breath as it flows through the body. Like a gentle breeze. When you feel even on the second side, return to center. You might hug the knees in, resisting the legs into the hands, energizing the leg muscles. If it feels good, bring the nose up toward the knees. And gently lower yourself down, touch the feet down. Take up space. Maybe today rest in a almost a star shape with the legs and the arms wide. And if the body says, maybe not, then add any support you like, reposition as needed. Take care of your body. Take care of your container. And take a generous breath in and let it go. Let your body rest right here. Gently deepen the breath. Begin moving the hands and feet, fingers and toes. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead, lengthen the body. When you're ready, draw one knee and both knees into the chest. Make your way over to one side. Take your time pressing up to seated. And bring your palms together. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lower your chin. Take a moment in gratitude for something in your day today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.